Good morning, I'm Jim Slosson, the old math teacher down the hall. Been at it for over 54 years, if you can imagine that. And I want to talk to you this morning about why I think math homework in middle school is worse than a waste of time. But before we get started and you get all excited, I want to be sure you understand there is good homework. Anytime you have to memorize stuff like your math facts, your multiplication facts, addition, subtraction, that's good homework. The homework that you need to know in English, you need to read your English, you need to learn that vocabulary, you need to learn how to spell. That's good homework. And finally, social studies, of course, you've got to read that social studies book. You can't get everything from the teacher. So before you go and tell your parents, Mr. Slosson said, homework is terrible. Mr. Slosson didn't say that. Mr. Slosson said that most middle school math homework is worse than a waste of time. It actually causes problems. So stick with me for just a few minutes and I will explain what I mean. Well, if you've stuck with me so far, we've established that there is such a thing as good homework and you should do that. Now let's get into why I don't like homework and why I don't assign homework and what I do instead of homework. Number one reason I hate homework, I've always hated homework. I hated it when I was a student. I used to do it at lunchtime and on the bus. Who wants to do homework after they finish their paper out? I hate it as a teacher because kids don't like homework. They tend to not do it if they can get out of it. And most of all, I hated homework as a parent because it causes so much trouble at home. Well, now that we've established that Mr. Slosson doesn't like homework, let's talk about why. The number one most important reason I don't like homework is it doesn't improve learning outcomes. You don't learn more math, you don't remember it longer, you don't get higher test scores. Now that kind of changes a little bit in Algebra 1 and definitely by Algebra 2, but all the way through 8th grade, it's not very helpful at all. Number two, this is a big reason. If you don't like math to begin with and you have to do homework, you're going to dislike it even more. Why would you want to go home and do more math if you don't like it, especially if there's nobody there to help you, you don't understand it, you don't know how to do it, and you would really rather be playing soccer, or would you rather be playing your video games? Number three, why I hate homework. Most of you don't actually do it. I see you down there in the cafeteria in the morning, copying each other's work. One guy does the homework and 7 of you copy it. Well, why are we doing that? That's just a giant waste of time. I'm generally better at explaining it than your friend who you copied from. Usually, not always. Number four. Is this number four? Yep, it's number 4. Most teachers don't actually grade the homework. Why are they making you do work you're not going to get graded? Oh, they do some little things where they stamp the things and you staple them together and they thumb through it and get 5 points. But really, mostly they don't grade it. They just are overwhelmed. And finally, this is the biggest reason I hate homework. You and your parents fight about it. For the last 40 years, homework has been the biggest cause of problems between kids and parents. Now that's changed in the last 10 years. They say it's devices first, then homework. But really, you're on your devices and not doing your homework. And that's what the hassle's all about. Okay, Mr. Slosson, I get why you don't like homework. Why do teachers keep giving it? You mean the real math teachers? The number one reason they give homework is they did homework when they were in high school. And they turned out okay, and they know math. And they're pretty sure you'll know math too. The fact that all the research shows they're incorrect doesn't match up with their own personal experience, so they persist in giving homework. Reason number 2 is a little less noble. It makes a great way to end the period. You quietly pretend to work on your homework. They can get ready for their next class, or maybe they can go check their NC2A scores. But in any case, it makes a great way to end the class and transition into the next class. Hi, Mr. Slosson. If you think homework's a bummer and shouldn't be, what do you suggest instead? Well, number one, I think that we should do our homework in class. We could call it non-homework. And I could watch what you're doing and see when you're having a problem. I could ask your friends around you who get it to help you when you don't get it. And most of all, I can make sure you're working. In fact, if you're dinking around, I will stamp a frowny face on your paper so I can remember later. What works better, number 2? Make every day a graded day and grade that homework and make it count. I don't give a lot. 1 sheet of paper, 2 sides. I expect you to get it finished in class, and I will give you plenty of time to do that if you use your time well. But on the other hand, if you don't do your work in class, guess what? It becomes homework. Now it's real homework. You have to, because I expect you to finish every assignment every day and correct any opportunities. We don't really call them problems that you didn't get right. What works better, number 4? On Saturdays, I send home copies of your assignments. Since they're all PDFs, it's easy. I just send an email to the whole class. I send the calendar and all of the assignments for the week. And if you're sick or your family's on vacation, you can just tap into it on your computer. I even give you the reference book as a PDF so you can look up things you don't know. That works a lot better. What works better, number 5? I have study hall for students that don't get their work done. I communicate with their parents, give them a list of things they need to do, and I expect them to give up 20 minutes of their lunch to come see me so we can get things straightened out and get them back on track. And finally, number 6, you can read my book for more tips, like how to grade so kids are motivated. How can you grade 150 papers a day? Not that hard once you develop a system. The book is $4, I think, if you buy it as an ebook, and it's $13, I think, if you buy the soft cover. I will put a link to my website, and you can go there if you would like to buy it. Thanks for watching. Don't be bummed if I don't give your kids homework. They're going to improve 2 grade levels, and your family life is going to be a lot better. Thanks for watching. See you at parent conferences.